Hoot hoot everybody! Hoot hoot! I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl, independent, formerly the streamer known as Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl of Globy Generation 2. Now just the streamer known as Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl. Hi everybody! Hoot hoot! How are y'all doing? Hoot 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 hoot! So many hoots! Hello! Nice to see everybody. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear PLUMIE okay?
Hoot hoot!
Thank you all so much for the welcome yesterday. I really appreciate it. I have some thanks I want to give because there was a lot of you yesterday. I'm super grateful and overwhelmed with all the lovely support you've given me. But I missed out on thanking people properly because I don't want to be taking it any lightly. Anything. I don't want to make it any light of it. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. But the fact that you guys want to donate or gift members or be part of my memberships, I really want to give proper thanks for that. So give me just a little mo. I'll give you hoots after. And I want to give some thanks. From the stream yesterday, Mary Mage, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Same for Fear Tree, thank you for a gifted membership. Enjoy, thank you for gifted memberships. And Citrina Shutterbug, thank you so much for the gifted members. Joanne as well, thank you very much for the gifted members. Natsu as well. Neon Tangle, thank you so much for the super chat. And Joy Use as well, thank you so much for that. Sealed Silverfang for the gifted. Joanne for the super chat or for the donation. And we had Momo, thank you so much for donations as well, and Nando as well, and also the sugar plumies. I'm still looking around for a good plaque to give you sugar plumies, but let's see, I have a little one for now, if you will have it, if you will allow it. For now, we have this at least. I want to find something that is nice and decorative and preferably very over the top, because these plumies right here are sponsors of the channel. They're essentially sponsors of this channel. Sugar Plumies is a new membership. It's a new membership tier that essentially gives you the same stuff with the extra that you guys get your name displayed on a gold plaque, and I will find one that is nice and pretty for everyone. Very fitting, a nice form, but this is what I could do short term as an alchemist. I found my favorite tea tray and I turned it into gold with the help of my my philosopher's stone, my Philosopher's stone. But after, of course, I engraved your names in it. But honestly, thank you so much, Sugar Plumies. Sugar Plumies is essentially a sponsorship tier where you really help out a little extra in paying the mansion bills by doing that. So yeah. Oh, Micah!
Thank you for becoming a tier 1, Micah_silver.
A tier 1? Okay, no. Plumie. First of all, thank you so much, Micah. Thank you so much for becoming a Sugar Plumie. But yeah, Plumie's having a hard time distinguishing between things. So I think I'm just gonna say thank you for joining the memberships, and I'll have to look what it is, okay? You can't just say tier 1, thank you for being a tier 1. No one understands what that is.
Oh!
Yeah. So I'll just fix it, okay? It's alright though, Plumie, you're trying. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure that it says just thank you for joining the memberships or something. Let's see. Thank you for... Thank you for becoming a member. Does that sound good, Plumie? For becoming a member. Say, okay, you say that now, okay? You get it?
Yes.
All right, cool. Hoot hoot in chat, and I give a hoot hoot back because we're back. We're back. I'm streaming now, again. I have returned. So also with that, hello Mizu, hello Joy, hello Fear, hello Miri, hello Diane, hello Anime Editor, hello Chocomilk, hello Ichigo, hello Jennifer, hello Juso, hello Momo, hello other Jennifer. Which one is it though? Which one am I talking about? Burbkite, hello, hello, Analota, Chaco, hello, hello, Neko, hello, Javera, hi, hi. Have I missed anyone? Have I missed anyone? Mariah, hello. Hoot hoot, hoot hoot, hoot hoot, everybody. I need to add Micah to the plaque. Yes, which one? Exactly. You're so alike. You just say, hey, right, Plumie? You just say, hey, Jennifer, want an ice cream cone? And both of them say yes. That's how similar they are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Hello, Lapis. Hello, Neon. Hello, Aya. The Plumie agrees. Well, let me... Oop. Let's see, what's that about? Wish. Let me add another one to the plaque. I need to figure out a quicker way to do this. To add people to the proper Micah. Do you want Micah Silver, or what is your name on the tubes of you? Let's see. Just Micah. Okay. So be it then. Just a moment, please. I need to treat my sponsors right. You know, I need to treat my sponsors right. They're treating me right, so I should treat them right. There you go. Okay, now we just I just save over this, I think. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Micah. Boom. Think, 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 think. Done. All right. You guys come back at the end of the stream. That is the plaque thing. I will give you proper thanks, each and every one of you, at the end of the stream. Magic, alchemy, Mooncheeto. Hello, hello. Yeah, thank you so much for the membership at the beginning of the stream. Thank you so much. I was setting up, and then suddenly Plumie was like, "Hoot hoot! Moonshiro has recruited a new alchemist." oh, that was just you.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's cute that you're talking. All right, so today we are gathered here today to answer mottos. What is a motto? Motto is essentially short for marshmallow, mashimaru, which basically is just a marshmallow. That's a Q&A system made popular by Japanese content creators, anonymously so you can just submit questions. And normally, like, they can ask them on the website, but I figure I just gather them and answer them on stream. And I have, and there have been a bunch of them, which is really nice. So we're gonna go through them here as well. I'm gonna have a little quick check if there has been a last minute submission of any new models. There have been, of course. These are a bit too extensive. Could really cover here. Let's see. Let me have a look see, because there are two more. I might have to leave them for the end and see if it's something I can do. But yeah, for now at least, I know that they are there. We'll have a look at them in a bit. But yeah, let's bring in the models. Not sure if mine sent. I don't know because they're anonymous. So I guess you'll have to see. I forgot to do mine. I'm sorry. It's all right. It's all right. Questions, Q&As are always like something that's welcome. But it's always fun to do them as a second part of a debut. Yeah. So I am now an independent content creator. And oh,
Hoot hoot.
what? Oh, there you go.
Munshiro recruited a new alchemist.
Thank you so much, Munchiro.
Hoot hoot.
Huh?
Fertry_Tharoon recruited a new alchemist.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Was it Fertry? Maria Ray got a membership. Wow. Yeah, the first membership stream is gonna be on Friday. We're gonna do jigsaw puzzles. Nice and cozy. Thank you so much, Muchiro and Fertry. Thank you so much. I really like fir wood. I'm gonna say fir trees are really nice. I really like them. Yeah, really nice gifted. Thank you so much. Making Plumie talk one more time. No, I'm really gonna lurk. Thank you. Thank you. I really love the jigsaw. Me too. It's really nice and cozy. I'm gonna see if I can make it really cozy. Maybe do some binaural audio. No ASMR triggers or anything. I just talk with binaural audio. Makes it a little bit more intimate and cozy. So honestly, I'm like over here, but it's nicer to be a bit here. You got any requests for long hair, short hair, or glasses or something for now? What do you think, Plumies? I'm gonna get the model swished by me from the back. Plumie, your announcement made Yuzo accidentally stab their eye with their eyeliner.
Sorry.
There you go. Plumie's sorry. I didn't mean to. Glasses, okay. People like the glasses. There you go. Long hair, okay. There you go. You get the HD updated me as well. Alright. Shall we have a look at the models then? If I had my instrument, I would play Owl's Moving Castle for you. And I would wear my earrings. As I do. For you. Alright, let's have a look-see then. I kind of want to put another theme song on. I feel like this, usually in terms of music, whenever I get a new one, it's always like for the intro talk, you know, like let's get ready for stream, and then we change the music for whenever we do something. And because it would be at this point, Plumies, for those that have been here for a while, wouldn't it be weird if I just do this and just talk to? It used to be my chatting thing, but now it's just, this is like the roundup, right? It's almost like it's a Pavlov effect. Everyone starts going Hutsu. So let's do the usual little talkie. I'm gonna hydrate a bit. He's looking sharp. Now I can see sharp. I do see sharp as well. Both looking and programming. I'm kidding. Let's see. So let's bring in the models. Where do we have a model? Let's have a look. See. Probably with the book. Honestly, probably with the book. I'll put this one back here so I can see what's going on. A lot of moving parts in streaming. You know what? That's the one thing. They never is that. I don't think that was a motto, but there's something in streaming you were not expecting, but then ended up kind of being a surprise. Yes, that's a lot of moving stuff. There's a lot of moving parts in streaming. Plumie, you're kind of big. You can be a bit smaller. There you go. You can swing on my ponytail. You like that? All right. First model. Boom. Let's move it a little bit to the side. Can you guys read that? I think you should be able to. Chat is a little small now that I think about it. But yeah. All right. Here we go. Hi, Vil. Oh.
Holy
Thank you so
hoot.
much. Oh.
ESTFY281 has recruited new alchemists.
ESTFY? PLUMIE! We talked about this. You need to say the name right. I know you're an owl and you hoot hoot and there are some struggles with it, but it's a Steffi. It's a Steffi with really good gifts. Thank you so much, Steffi. Muchas gracias. Te lo agradezco muchísimo. So yeah, we have to. PLUMIE needs to practice on how to say names, but we can't blame him because you're a little owl, right? You're a little owl, and you're just adorable doing it anyway, right?
I don't know.
You are. Okay. So thank you very much for the gift, Steffi. Muchas gracias. Okay. Rocket skates. Man, no, I want rocket skates. Wheelies with rockets. I'm kidding. Let's go. Hi, Vil. I'm a fairly newish PLUMIE. I've been trying to watch your streams from start to the top, but it'll take me a while, so I was wondering, what was your most memorable moment during a stream? I absolutely adore your channel, by the way. I hope you grow huge. Thank you so much. Like, the well wishes are always super lovely. And funny you would say that, because I saw the motto and I started thinking, there's been a lot of streams. There's been a lot of streams ever since I debuted under Globee. So it's kind of tricky for people that want to catch up and kind of see the good, the fun ones, right? Not to say that no streams are not worth watching, but they're not all as eventful. So I've taken this into consideration and I will make a playlist that is like, that you could also recommend to people if you guys want. But I'll make a playlist that essentially says, you know, like these are good streams. And it's not going to have all the episodes of every stream. But let's say so a couple, like towards the end of it, what was like, Lifeline was really fun. So I'm going to have episode 1 of Lifeline as well, of course. We're going to have episode 1 of Undertale, because Undertale was a really good series. Stardew was a really fun series too, but it's kind of tricky to really recommend that and be like, here, check this out. This is a really fun stream, and it's just kind of nice, low, like nice and cozy. So that might be just one of the many streams that are still there. I think I don't know if I have it updated because the playlists are a little bit of a shamble right now, but I would like to do, yeah, exactly, maybe like a PLUMIE starter pack, so you can if you would like to send my streams to someone, because it's kind of, sometimes it's a hard sell, you know, because the VODs are long. VTubers are like 1 in a dozen. If you're gonna try to convince someone, like, no, I promise this one is different, you know. So yeah, a starter pack for that you could send around if you would like to, and it'll have a couple of good streams, and I'm sure there will be more to be added later. But at least that's a good thing that shows off what I'm about and what I can be about. So for the question, what was your most memorable moment during a stream? Well, I've had a lot of them, obviously, and usually the events have been very memorable for me. The initial debut, I was so nervous, I was so insecure in myself, everything, but I had practiced and I went in and did what I did. I don't know, I didn't know if it was right, but that's just me doing me. So that will always stick with me. That was a very important stream for me. My first ever debut, so to say. But yeah, you have the birthdays and everything that we've done, like the membership events, the kegathon, all the things like that have been very memorable, of course. But also for me myself, whenever I've done a something like a lore video or I prepped something, that's always something that stays with me. But that's more on my end because, you know, I've been working really hard to do something, and then seeing your reactions to it is really what I do this for, essentially, you know. You work really hard on something, you're ready to release it, you try to set things up. The hinting at my solo cover, you guys remember the glitches when Evils was taking over stuff? that was really fun to see. What happened kind of thing, you know. The redebut yesterday was also lovely. Coming back and just getting so much support was super lovely. You seem so calm and collected somehow. Yeah, I was just blacking out. We did a watch along. Remember, we did a watch along where I was just talking. Essentially the the commentary track to my own debut, and there were multiple times where I just like, I have no memory of saying this. I was completely blacked out. I could only hear my heartbeat in my ears. I was losing vision because I was holding my breath as things were kind of scuffing behind in the background. But luckily, as I am, so like I tend to have a calm demeanor, and taking a lot of breaks. Like, you know, pauses here and there. At least that worked in my favor because no one suspected a thing. Shrug. But yeah, I'm really happy. It was a lot of pressure to be the first one of Gen 2. There was a lot of people watching, but I think it went really well. I'm really proud of that one. Other than that, the moments where I make PLUMIE's double take are always hilarious to rewatch and go back to. Early on, when, you know, oh, he's a soft boy, very cozy, wholesome, will never hurt a fly kind of thing. Still, I would say that that is what I aspire to be always. But at some point, you got a taste of my a little bit of chaos and teasing in amidst all the wholesomeness, you know. And that's always fun to kind of have the reactions. Sometimes you guys say like you made me spit out my tea or something. That's really funny. The demon voice, right? That's stuff like that, you know. Things you don't expect. Sometimes I've forgotten that I've said something and then I bring it back. The misplaced kegs is super funny. And having my ideas well received, you could argue how the misplaced kegs were received, but generally, having my ideas be well received and people having fun with them will always be memorable to me in how it reassures me that what I'm doing is, you know, what you guys are liking. Because I've always said that I'm generally my initial kind of, not judge, but like I try to make content that I would like to watch myself, and you guys liking what I do is really kind of confirms that we are very much alike, if that makes sense. What is the kegs lore? The kegs lore was I was building it. I already started by not fixing there was a fence around the farm in Stardew Valley where the wooden fence started deteriorating, and I did not bother fixing it. And then Plumies were saying, could you fix that fence? It's driving me nuts because there's like one damaged piece of fence and I just didn't bother fixing. So I just went up to it, right in front of it, and said, this one? They confirmed, and I moved along, left it there. Started with that, and then I was placing kegs nice and orderly and neatly, and then I placed one down, like in the middle of the pathway or something. And I thought to myself, should I fix this? No, this is really funny. I'm gonna leave it. And then kegs were added everywhere. Every new keg was just making it just more. I was finding ways to make them even more and more uncomfortable, even to the point where you guys were all like, oh, I'm kind of used to the kegs now. I would still find a place to put them where it's like, yeah, okay, that one hurts. And that wasn't even evil doing it. That was just me being a silly owl. Triggering the chat. Channel the yeah, that was my own little chaos side, I guess. Yeah, thank you so much for this motto. I hope that answers your question, and look forward to the playlist, so that might help you catch up to some things. Second motto. Hello, Vil. Hi. Congratulations on your re-debut. Whee! Thank you. Hoping you the very best for your upcoming journey and 2026. Thank you for working so hard to stream for us Plumies. They are definitely a lot of fun to watch. You are my comfort streamer at this point. Haha, thank you. That's super lovely. That's super sweet. I just have a small question. How did you get into VTubing? Once again, congrats on your redebut. I just have one small question. How did you choose this path in life? Yeah, that's a very small question. Well, let me enrich that small question with a small answer. Let's see. So, I've always liked the idea of having avatars or characters represent me, other people. Just have that on forums or social media, especially online, where you know, you putting your real face, your real name out there, everything like that. That's why I go by Vil, because if I would put Vilhelm Vanderbos anywhere, that would be a liability. I mean, oops. But basically that was it. I always liked having characters, or kind of, be it an original character or anything from a show that you like to represent you, because it tends to, you know, it just kind of, we channel ourselves through these characters, right? And we make friends that others that feel the same way. So it's a natural step that kind of online culture would just turn into something like VTubing. Like the avatars would become more and more complex. Everything that now is called PNG tubing, having a character, video creators would just have their avatars and then edit it with different expressions. So yeah, it would kind of make sense that it would go that way. And because I've had characters represent me before, it just made me really curious and kind of wanting to learn the gist of it all. So that's how I found my way into VTubing. I got into VTubing. Basically. Hope that answers your question. Thank you for the motto, and thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you so much. Super sweet. Next motto. How hard is it to create a VTuber? I see you asking. It's not very difficult. There are different ways. There are many different ways of getting into VTubing, and I am not the one to ask. But there are a lot of creators on YouTube and other platforms that have acted very much like ambassadors for this in different ways to do it. So I would recommend looking up how to become a VTuber or something like that. And there are multiple videos of the different steps you can take. You could essentially, if you would like to have a sock puppet represent you, you could technically just have a camera on a sock puppet and then essentially just make the voice for it. It would essentially, you know, you would have something that represents you that isn't you. Do you like birds? No, I hate them. I'm kidding. I am an owl. I am the noble owl and the alchemist. So yes, I do really like birds. I actually feed crows. I feed jackdaws in a park that I frequent, and they do little tricks for me now. I wish I could properly tame them, but you know, having them as little buddies is fun enough. Hello Joanne, welcome, and thank you so much for all the support yesterday. Okay. Hey, I'm a huge fan. My name is Zaya. One question is, what do you like to do in your free time? P.S. Take care of yourself and continue to inspire others like you have me. That is very sweet of you to say, Zaya. Thank you very much. I really aspire to inspire. I think there's a question that also covers a bit of that later on as well. But I'm happy for you to say that. That is really my goal in what I do. And I hope I can inspire you guys, you know, for in all kinds of ways. So what I like to do in my free time. First of all, it was all like, what free time? No, but really, I do have free time, and whenever I do have free time during the days, I like to cook. I cook normally as well, but if I have some more time in the afternoon than normally would do, if I finished up all the things I need to do, then I like to plan to cook something that would take longer to prepare. Something like a nice oven dish or something that you prepare in multiple steps is something that I really like to do on my days off. Especially like even if I have a lot of time off, I would make, you know, handmade you know, like homemade mayonnaise without using a mixer, just kind of do it by hand, stuff like that. Just make something that will elevate the dinner that day or for a couple of days. Recently I've also taken to baking. I just recently finished a new batch of cinnamon rolls. They are getting better and better. I am getting the milk-free and gluten-free cinnamon rolls that I do closer and closer to the actual proper ones. Once I have it mastered, I will share the recipe. You make mayo by hand, you have patience and wrist strength. Well, it doesn't need to be that much of wrist strength, but it's just, you know, you just stir, add some oils. I like doing it by hand because then you can add a bit of lemon, a bit of garlic, and some herbs, and you make it really nice and tasty for something that you prepare for later if you want to make something nice and fancy. Sometimes the nice and fancy food do not really take that long to make. If you're gonna make potato wedges with something like a chicken fillet, with like lemongrass and you know, so like a mushroom sauce or something, that doesn't take long to make. But making a homemade mayo for the potatoes or something like that, making normal boiled potatoes into potato salad, that is the enrichment of putting the time into it. Hello, Anpachu. Okay, good luck cleaning the apartment. So yeah, that's it. Like, I like to cook, and recently I've been baking. But I bake sparingly because I end up with a lot of treats and pastries, even though I tend to try to do it less. Like with a smaller amount of recipes in the recipe. But I end up with a lot of them, and doing content creation is a very sedentary lifestyle. Like you sit a lot, so I kind of don't bake too much because of that. If cooking is your hobby, I feel like you've won in life. I don't have patience for cooking. I'd rather do something else. I get that. There's a question later on that asks about like what I like to cook and stuff. So we'll get to that. I saw you guys asking. Real Aya. Did Aya say something? Let's see. Now I'm hungry. That's one of the things that happen. You get nice and relaxed, you get sleepy, you get hungry. I mostly taught myself how to cook. I got a couple of recipes from Grandma Vanderbos, how to make some things. Let's see. Do you read any books? We can get to that in a bit. Yes, I do. I've taken to reading a little bit more now, which I really like, actually. Cooking is fun until you see the amount of dishes to wash in the sink. Yeah, that is a downside of it. But if there's something that needs to go in the oven, may as well clean up while it's in the oven, you know? I'm hoping to do a cooking stream. One for starters, whenever I can get that one done. So hopefully I can show you. What books do you read? We'll get to it. Got the models to go through first. What are you most looking forward to in 2026? Well, it's a bit, it's a bit of a, let's see if I get a short answer. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to this new year. The year barely started, and even if I said something, I'm sure further up the line, there would be something more. But short version of it would be being an independent creator that owns everything that I do, and thus can build an aim to achieve things with you guys, with my plumies, on a more long-term planning and goal. So that's a very practiced answer, if I were to say so. But honestly, it's basically this. Basically going independent. While some things were lost in terms of, you know, being part of a company, there's a lot of things gained. I'm so lucky to be able to do this, continue this journey with everyone, and I'm really excited to keep blazing the trail together with you guys. Like I said yesterday, what we build here is ours to keep now, no one else's. And that is something I'm very excited about. This is a long one. Let's see. Wiley. I remember this one. I wish I could do an Australian accent. I would try if I could. I still dare not. So anyway, hi Vilhelm, how do you do it? How do you maintain that gorgeous luscious hair, that spectacular tan skin, those immaculate feathers, your slim physique, and then wrap it all up in those dashing robes and gloves to look that amazing? Tetris Wiley, yeah. Simply majestic. What is your secret? What is your morning routine? Do you lift? Is it a touch of magic? How can the rest of us achieve even a fraction of your perfect build, complexion, fashion sense, and tie it all together flawlessly? From Wiley, I swear I'm mostly straight. Straight or not, this is a very appreciated one. Thank you very much. It's mate Vilhelm. Oh, that's so good, Joy. Yes, Tetris Wiley. Wiley is quite prominent in the Tetris scene, Tetris community. He is a creator that actually recently got flown out to Dubai and Japan to be a commentator on Tetris events. So he's that big in the Tetris scene, and I've been really one of the bigger creators I've had the pleasure and honor to meet last year. He is the one that hosts the super streamer lobby. With all the crazy Tetris modes and stuff that we played. Remember, like I even helped me set up some of my own for my first birthday. So Wiley's really cool. Thank you so much, Wiley. And okay, to answer the question, right? So Wiley, I hate to break it to you like this, but I am anime. I'm anime. Thus, my physique and dashing looks are what dreams are made of. Nah, let's see. We can talk morning routines and stuff. Let's see. I have the power of anime on my side. But no, okay. So morning routine, actually, aside from making omelets in the mornings, I like to have omelets. Sometimes sunny side up. Morning routine involves more journaling than lifting. It's a bit more of a mental thing of just kind of clearing out some thoughts and looking at the day ahead and psyching myself up. So that is more so my morning routine. I have not yet gotten back to my push-up routine. It's still something I want to get back into. I've done a couple of push-ups, but it's barely anything worth mentioning. Yeah. Bill is what dreams are made of. Sweet dreams are made of Vil. Who am I to disagree? Okay, that's gotta be something. But yeah, I had a push-up routine going last year. Some of you may know this. I wanted to get more kind of to work out a little bit more, get back into it. So I started a 100 push-up challenge, I guess, like one of those like routines. and I got to 100 push-ups. You do it with like 5 sets, right? So on average, you do 20 push-ups 5 times with a couple of minutes in between. That helped a lot, and I really want to get back to that now that I've got a new gym gloves, and I have the push-up bars and handles to use. I really want to get back to it. At my best, I did like 150 something, 155 or something, I think it was. 150 in 5 sets. I did 100. I started when I got to 100. I didn't want to keep pushing too much, because it gets a bit tedious. But I did change my the amounts of sets to 3. So I did 33, a couple like 5 minutes rest, 33, 5 minutes rest, and then 34 to at least be able to do the 100 push-ups. So that's still something I want to get back to. And that would help my incredible physique, but if you have a look at me, I clearly skipped leg day. Aside from the fact that they're quite long. But yeah, that's at least something that you could try. Okay, thank you, Wiley, and all the best to you this year, buddy. I hope we do stuff together. Next one. I need to drink. Maybe we should hydrate. And that's why your V2 doesn't have a button over the chest, right? Because V1 up on the wall in the back there. I'm gonna look at it. Top button. Mayoshi. The top button of my V1 outfit is essentially doing the Spider-Man thing, which is just kind of trying to stop the train. It's really just like pulling, keeping the thing together. Hello, Void. Welcome. Ahi, we'll get to the chat questions later. I'm doing the models for now. Click. Ooh, this is a long one. There we go. Oh yeah, this one's a cute one. You guys might like this. This might be personal, so it's up to you if you want to answer it or not. Basically, when I want to ask, this one that was a bit tricky to read because of the periods and the spacing. So I'll try my best. What is your most earliest memory you can think of? For me, it's seeing my little brother, who is like 1.5 years younger than me. The first time I saw him like in the hospital when my mom obviously gave birth to him, and I remember that like vividly. Like that is my earliest memory ever. So like if you can remember it, and what if you like to what would you like to share when you can? And that's all. If it's all too personal, you don't want to, then whatever the next earliest is, you if you're willing to share, it would be appreciated. And if you're not willing to answer at all, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind. It's a personal question. No worries. No worries. I have to. Thank you so much for your question, by the way. Earliest memories are tricky to recall. But I have 2 that I remember when I was an owlet. I don't know how young I was. Oh. I don't know how young I was then, but at least that'll give you a little bit of Owletville. So, number 1, some of you know, like Swedish is my first language, Spanish is my second language, because parts of the family speak Spanish. And so, thus to that, I also learned Spanish as an owlet. A couple of words here and there, and I do vividly remember that I tried. We stopped at a gas station, and you guys know, like, you know, someone gets out of the car, they do the paying thing. They put the hose, the everything to fill up the tank. Hello, Naomi, welcome. And I saw the numbers just going brrrr, you know what I mean, when it's just counting how much it's gonna hurt your wallet if you're gonna refill your car. And little Owletville pointed and attempted to say numbers. In Spanish, that's números. Números. Little Owletville said mirus. I said mirus, and there was a big cheer of little Owletville pointing and saying numbers in Spanish. That was one. Another one I remember was I visited Granny Vanderbos, and to get to Granny Vanderbos, you needed to take an elevator. I was small. I was being carried. And so, as all good grannies would do when you have visited, or other family members would do when you visited, they will wave at you on the way out, you know. So Granny Vanderbos would follow out to an elevator and then look through the little window of the elevator, because it was one of those like that you could actually see like the door essentially. And Granny Vanderbos to Owletville suddenly went upwards. You know, I was just there. Oh, suddenly. So I was waving up and said, you know, that Granny's going up. And yeah, I got to hear that quite a lot over little Owletville, thinking that, you know, we're not going down, Granny's going up. But I couldn't know. I was an owlet. I was already clearly well versed in the laws of relativity, because related to me, Granny Vanderbos was going up. I was standing still. So yeah, those two. You get those two. There are probably more, but for this motto, I will treat you to Owletville pointing at things upwards. Hello, Ross. Welcome. And let's see. There's another one here. Here we go. This is a cooking question. As someone who absolutely loves cooking and stuff like that, do you know how to cook? Or do you love to cook? And if so, is there a favorite dish that you like to cook? Or do you for baking? Do you like baking? Yes, there is a favorite dish I like to cook. There's a couple of them, depending on how much time I have. I already think I mentioned that. Was it on the debut as well yesterday? That I like to cook lasagna, elaborately so, and to avoid some sensitivities in myself, even though there might not be full allergies, I'd rather not take the risk. I make it milk-free and gluten-free, but I use, plant-based stuff instead. So doing a full-on lasagna is something I've worked a bit on, and I'm sure there's some people that would say that it's not a real one because I'm doing things a bit different here and there, but I like a good gratin. So pasta gratin, essentially like a lasagna. I really like that. A speedy version of it would be to do a bolognese sauce and then essentially grab kind of boil macaroni of different kinds, like penne, or what are they called, like the little fusillis, like the little screws or something. You can also like boil macaroni a little quickly, like a bit under, like al dente, and then you just put that in a form with your sauce, and then put that in the oven, and you have what Swedes call a pasta box, macaroni box. So yeah, that is my favorite. Like, I really like to cook that and find variations of it. Other things I like to cook, like something that I do for meal prepping for myself, is essentially I cut potatoes. Usually I grab potatoes that are kind of meant like already kind of pre-boiled for stomp pot, for like mashed potatoes that they sell here. But I like to grab potatoes and chop them in very like chunky bits. Same with like paprika, just very big general, like not really fine diced or anything, just chunky bits. Same with it's a zucchini, paprika. What else do I put in there? Chicken, some chicken, carrots, like little snack carrots, little small kind, just put in there as well. So they're quite nice and chunky bits in there in a wok pan, and I just kind of fry that all up. And then I use like some fried sauce or something, some mayo on it. It's really tasty. I put some condiments in there as well, like I will use soy, or I will use some ketchup mayonnaise. And it's just kind of very basic fried, but there's nothing like it. It really tastes like you know when you really manage to fry paprika really nice and crunchy, but it's still kind of juicy. It's just kind of like almost gives barbecue grilled vibes. I really like doing that. It feels so nutritious, like you're having really big chunks of nutritious food. That's very basic in a way, and because potato is not that good for the day after, I tend to after the day after I will chop whatever's left over up. I will just like chop it up, dice it, and fry it with some rice, so I that gets turned into fried rice. Maybe crack an egg in there and stir it around, so it's a really nice fried rice. For baking, I like to do apple crumble. I like to do, like most recently, cinnamon rolls. All right. See what we got. Yeah. The way you say chunky is adorable. I like the chunky veg and chicken. Chunky veg and chicken. Yeah, it's really nice. You can make sauces for it too. Sometimes I make mushroom sauce for it. I like to vary my food up a bit. I tend to not stick to recipes a lot. But anyway, that is it. And I'm perfecting. I'm going closer. I'm closer. In your opinion, is that apple or the crumble part? Is the apple part or the crumble part best of the apple crumble? I really like the crumble. Right? I like the edges. I like the edges. But picking the right apple is important too. Like normal apples, I really like pink ladies. I really like pink ladies for normal apples, but you kind of still want some like something more sour for apple crumble. Let's see, what was that one? That was the cooking one. Okay, next motto. I need to put my timer on so I can have a good look at how long things can take. Okay, so can we expect more language owl shorts from Indieville? Yeah, this was not covered yesterday in a way. This motto was sent before the debut as well. Well, truth is, language content. Yeah, Quadrilingo, exactly. Quadrilingo. It's been really fun to make. The language content is very different from art content, and it kind of plays against each other in a way, you know? The algorithm gets very confused when you're trying to do when you do language-based stuff and then suddenly do gaming or you suddenly do art. So I don't think so. At least as things are now, I do not plan to do any more Duolingos, Quadrolingos. There's another question about it later as well that I will go more into detail about this. But I still know the languages that I do, so if it makes sense for the content that I want to do, then of course I will incorporate the languages that I know, because it's knowledge that I have that would just, if that would make something more fun, that I will as well. Yeah. Quadrolingo is essentially a series of shorts that I made. I think I could just cover it now, is per se. Honestly, I can just say it now. Quadrolingo was essentially what I wanted to do as part of Globie's mission that they had, the mission that I really liked when I applied to join Globie. The fact that they wanted to have cultural exchange as part of the thing that they would do. And for me, I brought a bunch of, well, multiple like a mixes of culture and language. So this was something that I wanted to do and tried my best at doing. I think it was really funny. It was sometimes it was really tricky to figure out the different words that I could use, but they are on my channel still. They will be there. Essentially, it's a series of shorts where I teach one word in 4 different languages, but the punchline is basically that it sounds similar in a couple of those languages, and then it just sounds completely different in another language. For instance, we said potato before. Potato. Potatis. Potato, English. Potatis, Swedish. You can say papa or patata in Spanish. Aardappel in Dutch. So yeah. There's another question about shorts coming up, so we can talk about that a bit later too. Yeah, it's been really fun. I thought I managed to do pretty good with those. Regardless, I will still consider myself the better green language owl. No contest. All right. Here's a question. How are you so cute? First of all, thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know. Am I cute? What do you think, PLUMIE?
Maybe we should ask the Plumies.
That's a really good idea. Plumies. Well, this question is saying it's implying that I am cute, but how am I so cute? Why am I cute? I need you guys to help me answer this question, because I don't know. You just gestured to all of me, CL. Vale, you gotta be confident. Be cute proudly. I will be cute proudly. I just don't know how I am this cute. What makes me this cute? I will proudly say I am cute. Do you want the list in alphabetical order or whatever works? A is for a funny laugh. B is for the top button that holds that holds you back. C is for cooking. You know how to cook. It's the giggles for me. Oh goodness, charm, goodness. Oh, your laugh and joy is really cute and precious. Oh, thank you so much. Ah, man. I'm gonna melt here. I'm melting. Fluffy hair. Ooh, that hair is pretty fluffy. You're not just cute, you're adorable. Is adorable better? Is adorable greater than cute? I never know which order it goes, but it does sound more like stronger, I guess. The voice, oh wow. You're very sweet and you that don't take yourself too seriously. Thank you. That's very true. Thank you for saying that. Let me grab my list of 10 reasons why Vil is cute. Hello, Lapis, by the way. I really appreciate it. I don't really know. I do, of course, I like impressing you guys. I want you guys to like me, but ultimately, it's a bit tricky. Like, it's not really something you like you do it like with a plan. So I'm really happy if you guys think so. You very much have a way with words. He has such a way with words. Meow, meow, meow. If you guys know, if you know, you know. Calm air around you just gives the vibes. Everything will be okay. Yes, babies and puppies do fall asleep in my arms, so I guess there is some calm air around me. I have also had butterflies land on my shoulder, so I guess there is something to it. Clearly, the gap moe. Oh, now that's an interesting one. That is a deliberate one. The gap. I love your little mannerisms and speak. It's very cute to see. Thank you. Often knocks out while lurking. the calm air. Your eyes make it seem like you're constantly smiling. Oh, that's so cute. Like I thought it would be like my eyes would kind of constantly make me look sleepy, but I fell asleep yesterday on stream for like an hour. Yeah, that is definitely something I probably say and try to do. That as you guys know, how I really want to give people a nice place to relax and catch their breath. The beauty marks adds charm. The beauty mark. The beauty mark. This one? All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm genuinely happy you guys think I'm cute. And it's very true that I don't like taking myself too seriously. I like a good chuckle, a good laugh, and a good cozy times, and teasing a little bit too. But ultimately, I do like that I would like to have do my best to make everyone feel comfortable. That one. Oh, okay, good. So we don't mistake it for any other one, right? Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very adorable. Thank you guys so much. Here's another motto. What kind of owl is your base model related to? An eagle owl? Initially, I didn't know, because I figured, because with my antlers, I figured Mama based me off a great horned owl. But as I learned more about them, or looked into it a little bit more, they're less common in Asia and Europe. Mama being Reo Mama from Japan. So like great horned owls are more common in America. So I'm more likely to be related to the good old bubo, as in the eagle owl, the Eurasian eagle owl. It's much more common. So yeah, I would say great horned owl or eagle owl. They both have the little antlers. Let me check that I haven't missed one. So far so good. Yeah, we have one too. I don't think this is this is not a question. This is just a lovely little message. In Dutch, that's called an uhu. Exactly. Someone in the office has been possessed by an owl. Uhu. Oh, who? Let's see. Hi, Vil. I just wanted to say thank you for your kind attitude and cozy demeanor. You are truly the kind of VTuber I was so desperately looking for. Thanks to you, I found a calming and welcoming community that focuses on uplifting each other. That's the whole thing. Community reflects streamers, so thank you so much for being consequent and true to yourself. Every stream you do is a pleasure to watch and always highlights the highlight of the day, even when I miss a lot of them. Keep on flying higher with us, a loyal PLUMIE. Thank you so much, loyal PLUMIE. That's super sweet. That's super sweet. There's so much in this that is what I mainly strive for, you know? The fact that I'm so proud of this community, I'm so proud of everything it's become. Honestly, it's not only do you guys uplift me, but you uplift each other too, and that is really nice. That is a good thing by the definition of good. So I'm very happy to be here and to have been able to host you all under my wing, and now also feel very uplifted by you guys too. And yeah, I do say it genuinely. If community reflects a streamer, then you guys are the greatest compliment I'll ever get. Yeah. Do you know how nice the community is, PLUMIE?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess you do. Never mind then. I won't don't tell you. But speaking of the community, PLUMIE here, you can probably, you've practiced this, right? So you can tell them. You can tell them, right?
We have a PLUMIE community Discord. Use the invite link that got posted in chat to join.
There you go. There you go. So, a little reminder, PLUMIE does indeed talk. You can make PLUMIE talk by donating. It works with Super Chats, it works with Streamlabs. Streamlabs is preferred, but either, of course, I will be completely grateful regardless of what you feel like donating. So yeah, that's how PLUMIE is talking now. Yeah, the PLUMIE Discord community is definitely a place that reflects what I do on this channel. Everyone is very nice and welcoming. We are working really hard, myself and the PLUMods, to make it a nice cozy place and that, you know, a safe space too. We don't have any voice chats and things like that that make it hard to moderate and keep track of what people are doing and saying, but we have systems in place that will let you also reach out if you need, if anything is awry. So it's been very cozy. I'm very happy with what it's turned into. I'm very happy with it. Oh.
Hoot hoot. Thank you for becoming a member, and 3KO_number 1.
But it said Alchemist. I need to change the alert as well. Goodness, Neko, thank you so much for being a sugar PLUMIE. I need to add you to the plaque. Oh my gosh, my voice is turning into Back to the Future. Doc, we got sugar PLUMIEs, Doc. There you go.
Bill, don't forget to hydrate.
You're right, PLUMIE. I think we should all hydrate. Nice water. I got water. So yeah, everyone, make sure to hydrate. It's important. It's a very talky stream, so I need to keep hydrated. Thank you, PLUMIE. Yeah, I do indeed want to keep flying higher with you guys. This is a lovely place to be. Hello, Luna. Welcome. You haven't hydrated in hours? You should hydrate. It's important. It's muy importante. Welcome, Luna. All right, we got another one. Oh, right. This is one. So I've gotten news about suddenly there being other personas in connection to some of my Globy friends. Well, I saw this question, and I have two versions of an answer. First one is, bold of you to assume I have one. But the real answer is, I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. Yeah, no. This is me. You got me. You, this is it. I am who I am. Vilhelm Vanderbos. Noble owl. Now, noble owl, protector of the forest. And, there you go. Wise words, owl. Yeah, there was a very wise designer, artist. A wise artist once said, I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. Oh, that's a long one. Can I raise it up? Yeah, okay. It fits. It fits. It fits. You're at lunch right now. Try not to laugh super loud. I was trying to do Edna mode from The Incredibles, if it wasn't clear. Yeah. But there's also another side of me being the alchemist, which is doing commissions. You can now commission me as an artist if you would like. On bgen.co/thealchemist. There we go. Congrats on your indie debut, Alshi. Thank you so much. How does it feel to be rebirthed despite not being a phoenix? Oh, that's very true. Jokes aside, do you have it feels very less fiery, you know? At least I didn't have to be burned to ashes first. Excellent, Edna boys, thank you. Jokes aside, do you have more plans for the community events alongside the art challenges? Such as online meet and greets, holiday themed photo submissions, etc. Or something more ambitious such as a merch drop for your indie debut. Yeah, about that. The indie debut has been, and there's not been a merch drop. Any big plans us Plumies could possibly look forward to in this new journey of yours? A part of me kind of misses Quadrolingo word of the week, but that's my nostalgia speaking. Lemao. Will it make a return, or will something similar take its place? Whatever it may be, I'm sure it's going to be super fun. Glad to see you back, Alashi. Glad to be back. Super nice to be back. And thank you so much for the kind words. Let's see. Yes, I do indeed have plans. Of course I have plans. Let's see. Need to make this fit a little bit better, I think. No. Can I zoom in a bit and zoom out a bit? There you go. Okay. So for merch drop, I would have needed a much longer hiatus for that. 2 weeks is definitely not long enough to prepare for big bombastic stuff. So that would have been, I would have needed a much longer hiatus for that. Hello Fua, welcome. But of course, one of my future goals, as I have stated, is of course that I want to open a merch store and things like and such, and online meets and greets was on my future goals list from yesterday. So yes, meets and greets will happen. Merch, digital merch will it's also like in the works. I would love to do physical merch, but that's a logistical thing I need to figure out before that can even happen. But bit by bit, I intend to. provide stuff on the I would like to provide this stuff via the web store, but we'll see how that goes first. Okay. So in terms of Quattrolingo, we already covered it before, but I'm really happy a lot of people liked it, because like I said, Quattrolingo was something I wanted to do as my my thing for Globy's cultural exchange, as I brought a lot of languages and culture along with me, and I think I did pretty good. It was always fun to figure out, but it was also took a lot of time. So right now, like I've really because like I said before, language-based content is a hard sell alongside the other things that I do. And generally putting out content that kind of doesn't align fully with what you normally do is a bit tricky, because the algorithm kind of loses track of where it should put you. So right now, like I said, I want to focus on you guys, on the community and artistic endeavors, everything creative with that, at least niching down into creative content, which is art for me, like drawing and hosting art challenges of sorts. But doing something like photo themed submissions like we've done with the tree view could definitely be fun to bring in. I mean, the tree view is something that I see myself obviously doing again at the end of the year, but if I can think of other events to do, then of course I want to keep the community engaged. When I say that my focus is on art and my community, I really do mean it, in the sense that I want to do things that you guys get to contribute in and grow alongside with me, you know. Voice packs sort of deal in the future for memberships. Well, of course, like right now, I was already very busy doing things as a corpo. Now I'm going to be even busier. I want to, of course, provide all the things like that, but getting a steady footing is essentially the first step in the journey, and then after that we build things on that, you know. But of course, I've also been considering, of course, to do I know how to do voice packs. I do everything myself. Like in the last voice pack I did completely myself, so that is that may definitely be in the cards. Something I have been enjoying to do is kind of doing skits and video editing around trending audio that you guys have seen. I've had a lot of fun doing that, and that is something that I'm going to be trying to do. Right now I'm working on trying to get my video editing going on top of everything else, so that I can get at least one short a week out, ideally two. But for myself, at least, I can do. I would like to do a short, because it really helps the content. It helps the streams as well to do hand in hand with things. So that is something. When the question was like, will something take its place? I don't really know. Quattrolingo was a very obviously a series of something, but I can't say right now if something specifically like will take its place. But if I'm doing things and I find something, then of course I will I will be doing what I enjoy, and if a series comes out of it, then happy little accidents, or you know, surprises. Thank you so much for your motto and for your kind words. It means a lot. Thank you so much. You've been loving the trending sound shorts. I'm glad. I think they're really fun to do. Oh, they got a little bit smaller now. Let's see. Let me bring it back to the middle. Do you like cozy horror games? I've seen quite a few since last year, and I was curious. We played Little Nightmares. I really liked Little Nightmares. Generally, horror content was like Little Nightmares was probably at the teetering on the edge of what I would be comfortable with streaming on my channel, because horror is this kind of cozy horror is very kind of contradictory in a way, you know, because horror themes are generally not very cozy. Little Nightmares itself had a lot of disturbing sound effects and themes in it too. Now I believe I could make cozy horror definitely cozy, but yeah, and the back and forth with Pickle was so funny. Yeah, and that kind of made it a bit more lighthearted, because if you want to, you can get very like you know, immersed, and oh, everything is terrible and gritty and stuff, you know. So sure, while I enjoy playing all kinds of games, I do really want to keep the stuff that I stream relevant for what I do. So Pickle focus, yeah, it's almost like it inspired something else. Do you know what I'm talking about, Plumie?
I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. That's all right. That's okay. So yeah, that's basically it. Next motto. If you had to choose an animal besides an owl, what animal would it be and why? I cannot see myself being anything other than avian. What do you think, Plumie?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe we should ask the Plumies.
Oh, that's a really good idea, Plumie. What do you guys think? What animal would you cast me as, and why? I really have a hard time seeing myself as anything else than an owl, as the owl I've been for the past couple of years. Maybe a feline or a sea creature. A sea creature? A feline? I can see that. Yes. Feline. I have worn cat ears. On Cats Organized Neatly. I do remember that, yes. The thought of it even is making me sound like Jeff Goldblum, yes. A fox? Really? A fox? A fox? A fluffy moth? A moth? A griffin? A plumie? A platypus? Fox, okay. But foxes are sly. They can be a little sneaky. I'm not sneaky. I'm not sly. I also don't lie. Owls are birds on cat software. Yeah, that is very true. It's pretty funny because in Chinese, it's you essentially say like a cat-faced eagle, right? Ni hao, wo shi, mao doying. I am a cat-faced eagle. Put that euro in the liar jar, Bill. I wonder if Plumie can say la la liar. La la liar. Do you want to say it for us?
No.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Plumie is a Plumie. Plumie is a very also in an independent Plumie. Cannot be using him like some kind of circus act, right?
No.
Exactly, you shouldn't. Immediate reaction to that lie. Yeah, foxes are very cute. Armadillo would be fun. They're super cute, but owl fits better. Oh yes. I would just be like, hello everybody. I'm an armadillo.
Hoot hoot. Well, la liar, but I can use him as a circus.
La la liar. Thank you so much, Joanne. Memba Supa. Ferret. Liar. Flowy and elegant like a jellyfish. There's a lot of animals that you see me like see that I would fit. So elegance, cute, sly, I guess. Griffins are kind of treasure hoarders that would fit in a library. That's very true, but so would owls. So I'm thinking, you know, would you swap me out for the fit that I have? Only Plumies can have used Plumie. Yeah, I guess so. You're one of them after all. My friends call me Fox, so maybe a fox when you get silly. I guess I can be a bit. First pick, Norwegian Ridgeback. Because it's known for being a very rare type of dragon. That's very true. Fuzzy and cozy. Well, regardless, I believe we would still be a very cozy community. But I like you guys fitting me best as the cute little owls and feathers that you are. So thank you for all the suggestions. I would like it to be a pack, some kind of pack animal, you know, that everyone can be part of. Aquatic is pretty cool. It can be the school of fish. Everyone moves together. It can be anchovies. No, then the penguins would eat us. Okay, never mind. You know what? Thank you. I'm good as a dragon. That would be cool. Dragon, you say? Let's see. Anchovies. Click. How did you get started as a VTuber? I joined a corporation. Thank you. That is a way to join to become a VTuber, huh? People be like, how did you become a VTuber? Oh, you know, I started off as a PNG tuber. I made a character, and then I commissioned, like, I got a model, or I made my own, and I joined the corpo. You skipped all the steps and you joined. Yeah, I just joined a corpo. That's like the end goal. Yeah, well, I figured you better start somewhere. You know, why not start at the start of the corpo? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Atypical VTuber arc. Kicks the door in. I will be part of a corpo. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Hold my tea. Exactly. There you go. Very lucky to have been able to work in Globee. It's been a very fun experience. And it let me meet all of you guys. And now we can continue together. Hold my tea. That's so good. I like that. Let's see. Hoot hoot. Happy to have you back, Vil. I hope you got a chance to rest a little between preparing for your big return. Speaking of preparation, you always seem to have plans for your next stuff ready to go. How far ahead do you usually plan your streams and art challenges? So I remember this being a bit of a surprise to some people, especially when planning for collabs and stuff. Because I like to be months ahead when it comes to the planning, at least to have a general idea of what I want to do and will be doing. Sometimes it changes, of course. Sometimes it changes. Benjamin Button, eventually he'll be a V-Roid in a hoodie. No, not the V-Roid in a hoodie. That's quite a mental image. Oh my gosh. Hello, Ulang. Welcome. Hoot hoot. You'd be cool as a dragon flying around the room. I would still be able to fly. I don't know if I have a sharp tongue, but maybe I'd have a sharper tongue as a dragon. So the question was, how far ahead do you usually plan your streams and art challenges? I like to be months ahead if possible, especially with streams. I kind of know what's ahead so that I can better prepare and do things around it. When planning for collaborations with different other content creators, you have the kind that will kind of just think of it as a whim. They maybe don't have any schedules, and then whatever happens. You have those that plan ahead, a couple of weeks ahead. And then you also have those that plan months ahead, like I do as well. So it's kind of makes it a bit easier to figure out when you're gonna do things. I guess one of the best things is I have two good examples. One is the fact that we have a new art challenge coming up next week. The new art challenge will be next Wednesday, monthly art challenge. But I already know what the next one is gonna be. Yeah. So that is the level of preparation of things. The other thing, I guess I don't even need to say it. I could just do this. For those that don't know, I revealed my wings with this new outfit. Right? I revealed this wings with the new outfit. The new outfit was revealed at the like late August. Yeah. The new outfit was revealed late August last year. These wings are on my previous model as well, in order to make it make sense. My initial model got updated a bit before anniversary. And of course, you guys, I never showed the wings. I have had them. I had them that whole time. But in order to make sense, I kept them to myself because I was already planning to make the story reveal it later on. So that is also a kind of a level of planning and preparation, I suppose. Just like how lore videos, we can go back and look at lore videos, and then you're gonna see clues of like from chapter 1 that come back in act 1, that come back in act 2. Not to mention the merch in between as well, the voice packs that were made for Globey, that were with Globey, all had hints towards the developing goal, especially also how I made my solo cover be chronologically part of my lore. So that's kind of the deal with when it comes to lore and the story of the channel, how everything is kind of woven together. And that's something that was thought of really early, with of course some alterations along the way, but yeah, there's still more to it. Then we can go back to lore video act 1 and see what else makes sense suddenly. So yeah, foreshadowing, plenty of that. So yeah, I like to have a general idea of what I'm doing, with with a bit of flexibility to maybe swap some things around when things don't go their way. Another motto. Are there parts of being in a VTuber company that you're going to miss now that you're indie? Also, are there any games that are releasing soon that you're excited about? Okay, so I'm gonna be brutally honest. The budget is what I'm gonna miss the most. The budget is what I'm gonna miss the most. Basically, well, we had managers that worked with us. I was always involved in all the projects that I did where possible. I was very hands-on in sorting my stuff out. So in that sense, that was little work for the managers, even though they still helped me with a lot of stuff. But because I was very involved and I essentially handled my projects myself, I kind of already know how to do a lot of things myself, alongside also learning to speed things up, learning things to speed up my project, which helps a lot for being independent. Another thing, of course, is also that I'm gonna have to do myself now is figuring out things like merch and the logistics of it all. That's something I'm also gonna miss, the fact that the company had, people working with that specifically. But that's gonna be exciting in its own way to figure out as well. That's another thing to do. Mary might get some lore info though. See the most recent lore vid. Well, Mary worked on me with Act 2, but that's where it was. That's where it ended. Also, I gave Mary some some info enough to kind of do the illustrations, but also didn't want to spoil everything I had in mind. So dialogues and voice acting and everything like that did not, that was still not something Miri knew a lot about. So don't go thinking that, oh, you know, Miri might know more. Yeah, Miri didn't know all this stuff. Miri only knew what she needed to do. She needed to know to do the art. Can't wait for the merch. Thank you, Ashros. Me too, me too. Figure some stuff out. Here we go. I think that was it. Did I cover everything pretty much? Yeah, there you go. Now that you're indie, do you have any games you want to play that you weren't allowed to before? Now, while it's true that as an independent, you get to work a little bit more under your own, like when it comes to permissions and stuff, a misconception that I want to address right now is the fact that just because you're indie, you can play whatever you want. That is not true. Being a corpo also helped me understand the world of licenses and permissions and the end user agreement that goes to every content creator that plays a game. You as a content creator you have the responsibility to look into the information of how to stream things. Don't just assume that you can stream something because you're not under a company. Even more so if you're making money off of it. If you're a Twitch affiliate, you need to look into the permissions of things. Now, Western independent developers are quite lenient with that stuff. Western independent developers are quite lenient with stuff, but games like new releases, console releases are not always the case that you can just play whatever you want. For instance, if you play visual novel games, there have been cases where people have been sued for doing visual novel content, just showing them, just doing let's plays with visual novels, because visual novels, that is basically the game. You are not, unless you are doing voices, which if they already are voiced, not a lot of people do, you're not adding a lot to the actual content, you're just showing the game. And then people won't have to buy the game, so you're essentially costing the company money. So visual novels are you gotta be very careful with those. There were some other companies that do not like having their games streamed whatsoever. So if you are a streamer or a content creator, I would advise you to look into the end user agreement and not just go next, skip, okay, confirm, accept, because that says exactly what you're allowed to and not do with their product. Especially Japanese games. I will tell you guys, you might want to look into the Japanese games for what they say about the end user agreement. Because if you're making money off of it and they are feeling like sending you a cease and desist or something, you might end up having to pay something like a 70% of all your income with that has to do with that game. Or sometimes because if you have read the user license, you are agreeing to giving them a majority of your income because you're playing their game. That's something that it's stated that you are agreeing to. So please be careful with this if you're hearing me and that you are a streamer. It is their IPs and not everyone likes to have their IPs used for others to make money off of. It's important. So for me, I'm still gonna have to look into this stuff, I feel. I've grown the channel pretty big, and it's usually just an email and they say yes or no, or you can just look into the websites and find it. Sometimes I found my own permissions for games because as a company you're a little bit more liable. That's why we had to get permissions for games, because if you are a company, you're automatically opting for something like a monetization license, like a commercial license on things. So yeah. Do you get to keep the permissions you already had? Well, technically, because it's not like you need to have a written permission for stuff. what you do with permissions is basically, when our permissions is basically that they looked up that we were allowed to do things, certain things. Not all of them would be automatically kept. Like I said, once again, like Japanese games, they're not always fully okay with other companies streaming their things, but they might be okay with independent creators. This is, I would have to look into if there's a game I want to play, if the website or the developers have anything written in their terms to do so. Everyone needs to, really. But a lot of people don't. Which is fine, but then consequences, you know? Loftia? I don't know what Loftia is. But I've also said in my debut yesterday that I will be doing occasional cozy games that I am looking forward to personally. But my content is going to be art focused. Hello Sleepy, welcome, welcome. Yeah, the community is lovely. Welcome to and meet the Plumies. Everyone is a cute little owl, like it's what on my shoulder. I am doing my how you say my 2.0. I'm doing my debut Q&A because I debuted as an indie creator yesterday. But I've been a corporate VTuber for the greater part of the last 2 years. The corporation ended their activities, so I'm allowed. I've now gone indie. More like if you were given specific permissions. Sometimes the permissions were specific and timed for certain games, for certain creators. Not everyone could do something. For instance, you guys remember I was approached by Marvelous, or was allowed or sent things from Marvelous Europe. That was specifically for me. The limited edition of Rune Factory, for instance, and also to play Story of Seasons. So that was like something that was essentially approached and given specifically to the creators. Other people had other licenses, but sometimes when we're just looking up indie games and stuff, and it was just then our managers would check the end user agreement or send an email about it, and then everyone's it's okay, it's fine it's okay for everyone to play, all good, you know. A lot of developers in the West, because in the West streaming is so much more common, that of course everyone just says like, yeah, stream it. Steam has a built-in stream feature. The consoles, Xbox, even Nintendo now with Nintendo Switch 2 has a built-in streaming system and service. So it's like it's kind of just seen as a normal thing. So when you as a Japanese company approach them, they go like, yeah, of course you can play our games. Yeah. Go ahead. Here, have keys. What else do you need? You know. But then you have some companies that I've come across as well, where they essentially go no, and never talk to us again. So there's been those too, and you might want to be careful. If there's a game that no one has been playing for some reason, there might be something to it. So you might want to look into it. There are some games you just don't see people play a lot. And I would say be very careful with the Italian plumber company. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of strings attached to those. That's all I'm gonna say. Waha! Let's move on. Vil, did Alicia teach you any words in Polish? No, I do know one, which I call her by, and that is siostra. Unless that is Italian, but I think that might be Polish. I'm not entirely sure. Because we always joke that we are siblings from removed somehow, because of similarities both in our build, our characters, and generally what we kind of our aspirations and stuff like that. We have a lot of similarities in our experience in Globy, so it was really funny to do to do the whole thing of like being siblings removed somehow, long removed. Alicia is a cow. Alicia da Lontano was my gen mate in Globy. Well, I was Corpo. She was a cow, a puppeteer from another world. And yeah, my gen mate on Generation 2. She was part of Solstia. I was part of Equinox. Hello, Sichi, welcome. Also indie now, yes. Alicia is also indie now. Indeed, indeed. So yes, not many Polish words. I could probably learn them. I'm quite confident in my phonetics. Someone I think mentioned in chat that it sounds like I speak Hebrew with some word sounds that I do, but I do not know a single word. She helped PLUMIE move. Yes, exactly. Siostra Alicia actually helped me do the updates on me to look a little sharper for you guys. Also rigged PLUMIE. She's a rigger. That's why she's a puppeteer. Citrina is lemon in Polish. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We don't know another word. Citrina. That's cool. I'm sure I could ask her for words, but other than that, no, I haven't really learned any words. There's the art challenge one, languages. Oh, this is games. Did I skip one? Did I skip one? VTuber, join a corporation. That indie, that your games. Okay, that your okay. This one, next one. How many languages can you speak? 4 confidently, a 5th very casually, if even that, and a bunch of other and I can understand a bunch of other languages around Europe because of the ones I know. So I speak in order of fluency or as I learned them: Swedish, Spanish, English, and then there is Dutch, of course, that I'm learning mainly. I can understand Dutch quite well, but expressing myself is a bit limited still. I've not gotten a lot of practice, but in the Netherlands, everyone really accommodates. It's a really nice culture, so you get along well with English. Japanese, I did learn Japanese as well. I traveled to Japan about 3 times, I believe. Yeah, I've been in Japan to Japan 3 times. After that time of my life, so to say, after that time, I kind of got a bit more rusty. I will understand part of it. I reckon, I don't know if I could do that anymore. At some point I could just like go watch like an anime movie just in Japanese and understand it, but I've not gotten a lot of practice. I used to play online with Japanese people. That helped a lot too, but the 4th language has always been a bit tricky to maintain, and I'm quite happy where my Dutch is right now because it's done quite well. Like it sticks quite well, so I can kind of say that the 5th language is now the tricky one to keep. But yeah, that's about it. Because of the languages I know and how I've learned languages, I can also adapt my languages to kind of communicate with other people. I've talked to Italian people, and they kind of also met me in the middle. I've adapted my Spanish and the little bit I know of Italian to kind of talk a little bit there. I know how to pronounce things in Greek, but it's quite limited. I just know a couple of words here and there. I really like language. I did study French as well, but French is a bit trickier because the same thing is like no practice, it doesn't stick. Did you realize how infectious your laugh is? No, I didn't really. Actually, I didn't actually. I'm glad you think so, though. I like to chuckle. I think it's really fun. It really is. You're just making me want to laugh more. But yeah, I'm glad you think so. I'm really happy with my first papa allowing me to kind of upgrade my expressions a little bit so that it actually tracks my expressions a bit better. It's incredibly infectious. Gotta agree. Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so fun. I like people with fun laughs. I haven't really thought about how my laugh sounds like. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you think so. You have such a nice laugh. It is infectious now that I think of it. Oh, thank you, Nico. That's so sweet. Infectious laugh. I will proudly laugh. Hello, Stella. Thank you. Okay, I did skip those a bit. How many languages? I'm gonna mark where I am so I lose it because there's so many. There you go. Infectious laugh. Hello there, Konami. Welcome. My family says sometimes when I laugh, I sound like Donald Duck. That sounds harsh, but also really funny. I would be really. Donald Duck sounds like Donald Duck when he laughs is like. That's so mean to say. Sounds really fun though. I like all kinds of laughs. I like all kinds of laughs. I like laughs are infectious. I laugh. I can also like laugh when other people laugh. Yeah, multiple laughs. Well, that's usually when you kind of get really when something really catches you off guard. You guys know the peak collab I did with Equinox, right? It's just I cracked up so badly in that one. I couldn't really breathe. That sound you make just perked up my cat. Oh, okay. Hello, kitty. Just not gonna do any cat sounds now. Just kidding, I totally am. Oh, that makes me wanna wake up. Wanna wake up everyone's phone assistant. Let's not do that. We already covered this one. That one too. When is the next art change? I think that's the art challenge. It is on Wednesday. Do you play Marvel Rivals? And if you don't, you should try voice acting for a character. You would seem perfect for one. What? No, I don't. First of all, it just looked like another kind of team-based game like Overwatch and whatever other things are like that. Not my jam. And no, I don't really know what do the enemies, what do the characters sound like in Marvel Rivals? Marvel, there's just like superhero stuff. They do one-liners or stuff. I have no idea. I don't play Marvel Rivals. It's a bit too much rinse and repeat, I guess. It's fine for people to enjoy it. I'm not gonna be judging people that like it. I just don't play it. Hoot Hootville, here's some questions for your Q&A. Thank you. Here comes the amazing Spider-Man. Which one would I voice? Yeah, which Marvel character would I voice? Luna, how can I become a VTuber? I think I covered it earlier on, what I liked about VTubers. There are a lot of other channels that cover how you could become a VTuber. There are a lot of different ways of how you could use a character to represent yourself as a VTuber. There's multiple ways, even more so now since last I checked like a video of that. So there's a lot of like how you can just YouTube that. How do I become a VTuber? And there's a lot of content creators that have been a lot of VTubers that have been ambassadors for this, essentially wanting more and more people to do it. So they make it very approachable. Would I have Spider-Man vibes? Isn't Spider-Man all like about a lot of sass? Don't get me wrong, I like Spider-Man, but I don't know if I would make a good Spider-Man. Learn to rig your own model. Not necessary. Not necessary. Definitely not. Okay. Are you ever nervous before you start streaming? Yes, I am. Especially when it's reveal stream of something that I've been working towards, something that I've been hyping up, and it is the moment of doing, and this is gonna be it. I know scuff is always allowed, but I do rehearsal practice, make sure everything works, especially when I have live sound effects, like live effects. Evil was a bit nervous for his stream because Evil pulled you into his mirror, didn't he? Evil was not sure if that was gonna work properly or how good it was gonna look, but he tried setting it up ahead of time because he wanted to impress you all, and was quite nervous going into stream. Been lurking, but had to come back and say yes. I immediately thought of Peter Parker when it was mentioned. For me, really? Peter Parker? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, things like that make me nervous, excited, but a little bit nervous because like I want things to work out. I know I can always just like, sorry you guys, let me just start over and we do it. But you know, when it's about the whole like, we're going into the mirror, kind of thing. That's some of those things are like last minute additions that I think of too. So I'm just like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I hope it does, and it does. So that happens. What is your most favorite moment so far on YouTube? Well, on YouTube, I've covered a call. I already covered that in a question earlier. There's a bunch of them really. How did you come up with the name Vilhelm Vanderbos and Plumies? I wanted there to be something Swedish and something Dutch in there. Generally in Globy, especially you can see that with a lot of people's names, it usually has some kind of connection to them as their animals or their culture or their countries. I wanted it to be a little bit of everything because my name Vilhelm Vanderbos is just like a superhero name. It's got a VV, you know, it's like a same letter twice. I think that's pretty cool. Vanderbos is a name I really liked since prior, even before knowing Dutch, and learning that it means from the forest. It's just like, okay, I am an owl. I'm from the forest, but it also could be of the forest. So Vilhelm meaning willful protector of the forest. You have the lore right there. You have the lore in my name. PLUMIE was something that initially the fan name was going to be, because we had to think of all of our names and hashtags on the spot in like the run of less than a week. I was just going to see everything was going to be something Vander this, Vander that. So Vanderbos was the first idea, but I remember seeing it on the reactions and people thought I meant Vanderbos as in booze as in ghosts, so that completely missed the mark. But at that time I also thought of, I would like everyone to be a small little feather under my wing. So the name Plumies came from the word plume. Initially everyone was just a feather under my wing, but then later I designed the little body that is like a cute little fluffy chunky owl. Super cute for Plumies. So that is what it is. Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange as a character. Just like you say, he's like has this kind of intelligent, sophisticated aura about him, but also can have a bit of sass. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what they sound like. I literally had not started Marvel Rivals. I have not installed it once. I can tell that it's not something I would be into. I love the Plumie name. It's cute and fits perfectly. Yes, like it came a bit late because I already decided initially, but we made the change. It made a lot more sense, and I love the mental image of it because you guys all being a feather under my wing, you helped lift me as well as I lift you. And that is something that I carried ever since the beginning. The fact that I believed I would fly as far and as high as you guys would help me. I do not ever really believe that I am a one owl man thing that will just achieve everything. It is through your support that I'm able to do things. So yeah, thank you so much about that. My favorite song, I got a couple. Da Vinci's Confession definitely is out there, so I'm really happy I was able to sing that for my solo cover. Who inspired you to start and create content? There were a lot of artists I came across when I was starting off and learning art, both you know, in person and online. And they inspired me to keep trying, keep doing what I could. There were a lot of people that criticized my art. They called it helping, they called it constructive criticism, but it was nothing but destructive because they were just telling me to change it, and I would never want to do that. There were people that taught me what actual constructive criticism meant, and I've been incredibly inspired ever since, just feeling and understanding what that is about. And there have been artists that have inspired me. I see them, I've saw them grow, and they also, I've met incredible artists as well in my journeys. I've met people that have worked for Marvel UK in person. I've seen them work. They've shared some of their stuff. I have a sketchbook somewhere with a lot of people's nice little messages and signatures. People that worked doing comics for a living, people that did commissions for a living. I've met artists that have worked on movie posters for Star Wars. I've met and other movies, actual official people, and learned a little bit from them as well. So I've had the privilege of meeting a lot of artists, and because of their stories of their origins or where they started and how they got started in it, a lot of it is a lot of luck. You know, there's always a lot of luck. You have to be at the right place or know the right person, but ultimately what they all had in common was that they all worked hard to be there, and to when it was their time, they were ready to present their things. And that is like the kind of people that inspired me to start and create quote unquote content. So yeah, that's there's been a lot of people along my journey as an artist, and as luck would have it, I was allowed a world stage in being a corpo VTuber where I could do what I do, and now we're here together continuing this journey. So I hope to, because those people made such an impact in my life, I will never forget them. Some of them I still have, I still know of them, and kind of they know of me still, which is really sweet. So yeah, there's people like that have inspired me so much, that have left such a lasting impression in my life, that I would wish and hope that I could become for someone as well. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I do, and I love doing what I do, being an artist, inspiring others. Thank you for the question. We're almost at the end. If you had a 3D model, what kind of content would you do in 3D? I don't know. 3D models are quite a step, quite a step from doing 2D live 2D stuff. In order to make the most of a 3D model, you would need a lot more gear, and even then it might not always make sense. I would probably make the most of the 3D model to somehow bring to somehow do more artistic stuff, maybe self-insert myself in some games or some kind of situations, try some of the artistic games that are around that you can do that in. Passport 2 is one of them, for instance. If you guys know those games, you can put your 3D model in there so that it's you running around and drawing in those models. But due to the limited part of it all, and the fact that I would need a lot more gear to make sense of a 3D model, it doesn't make sense to me to get one. I mean, of course, if someone was like, "Hey, Vil, I made you a 3D model," I would be delighted. I would find something to do with it. Of course, if given something, I find a way. but it's kind of tricky to think, because like as an artist I could do what I do even with a still image representing me, you know. But I would find a way to enrich my drawing, my streams for you guys, and yeah, probably use it to make fun video content, something. I would think of a way. Kind of sad Globey never got to give everyone 3D models. Yeah, that's very true. A lot of us were hoping for it too, and it just didn't pan out. So yeah, but we got some really nice live 2D models as well, so it's all good, it's all good. Some of us got fan-made models. That's pretty cool. Hoot hoot, Bill, congrats on your Redebut. What kettle would you recommend for making tea? I thought about this, and honestly, to make tea you can use whatever thing that heats up the water. I would not recommend using a microwave, which has been kind of prevalent in some cultures. But mainly because it might damage the microwave and it will not really heat up the water properly. But more so than a kettle or a how do you say that? I would recommend a good thermos. It doesn't even need to be a very fancy one, just a good one. Because with a good thermos, you keep your water warm longer. Now I know the visuals of having a nice kettle, a nice tea set is very nice and attractive, but ultimately being able to just pour up a nice cup of warm tea with water that you just warmed once. I think I have a thermos that, the ones I use for streams, there's a small one, but I have a thermos that keeps the water warm for really long, to the point where it's been hours, and sometimes I'm just kind of like, wait, did I already like refill this? Completely, like, did I completely forget that I refilled this? And yeah. Damage the microwave, yeah. Short end of that, because running out of time. If you heat up, if the microwaves work in the way that they vibrate the water cells, they vibrate the water molecules in everything. So by vibrating the water molecules, it actually heats things up because of the energy that causes. So what happens when you boil water in a microwave? You create a lot of steam that goes everywhere inside the microwave, and the microwaves vibrate and boil the water molecules. It's gonna get everywhere. They actually test the durability of microwaves by putting water, buckets of water inside of them, and start them and let them run to see how long they run. So microwave oven, not recommended to heat up water. A small pot on a stove would probably be better. There you go. The more you know. Noble Owl. Two things. Do you like marshmallows? I really like marshmallows. They're tasty. They're really tasty. I really like speculate, which in Dutch means like bacon, but that is like the marshmallow that kind of looks like a slice of bacon. You guys know what I mean? Usually it's for like certain holidays. Know it all. That's a good one. I like it. Know it all. Yeah. Yeah, I really like marshmallows. They're tasty. They're fluffy. They're sweet. And what's your favorite thing to do when you go live? Say hi to the PLUMIEs and hang out with the PLUMIEs. Obviously. If I recall correctly, microwave water can be safer for certain applications. That sounds like something microwave manufacturers would want to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If I were to disinfect water, I would probably not pick the microwave. We like to hang out with you too. Thank you, Diane. Oh, thank you, Plumies. So nice. I just watched Mythbusters. Let's see. I just knew someone that worked at a microwave facility. Click. Will you do collabs with previous Globey members? Aha! The question. Well, like I've said before, while we're still in touch, I am not really entirely sure what direction or what everyone is going to do for themselves, but I do sincerely hope that they all find their place in their content creation and do the best they can. I will love to still keep in touch with them. But yeah, sure. We might do another group collab someday. I always really enjoyed my collabs with the guys. That was always a really good time. So I don't see why not, really. Let's see. And there were a couple last ones that came in. Let's see. Here we go. I don't know if I can put it on screen. Maybe I can. It might be it says it might be a bit of a weird question, but what is your feeling about fan merchandise? I was thinking mostly stuff just for the Plumies, not necessarily even selling, but wanted to ask either way. And also, what is your thoughts about fan merchandising, let's say conventions and stuff like that are aimed to be sold? On one hand, there is the sharing you with people, with more people aspect. On the other, I don't know if I'm super comfortable in a way, maybe making money off of you. I don't know. I just thought about that since this is the question stream. I figured that I would try asking. Yeah, that's quite fair. That's fair, and I really appreciate you asking. I personally think fan merch at cons is really cool. It's really nice. I don't really know. I haven't really thought about things like online sales, because I mean I also want to release my own merch at some point, right? So not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to give that a proper thinker when the time comes, right? But selling fan merch at cons is great. That's really lovely. I would love to see. I'd love to hear and see if there's like any merch made of me at cons. And the other question is, will you do collabs that are beyond art and specifically drawing? Additionally, if there's a big art collab, will you consider participating and taking part of it? Collabs, like I said, take a bit of a backseat now because of my content direction, which is more art focused. So drawing collabs would make a lot of sense, but that is to say that also I will not just accept any collabs. If it makes sense and it's something I would enjoy, then yeah, I would feel like maybe doing something with it. But other than that, my immediate like connection and direction is for us to have fun times. So I cannot openly say like, yes, I would collab in a heartbeat. No, it kind of has to make sense a little bit, you know, fit the planning and what I would like to do. Sometimes maybe someone suggests something that, oh, I haven't even thought about that. That would be really fun. Actually, I did have one Vil fan merch at last con, but it was more a show model. That's so cool though. That's so cool. Yeah, I'll have to think about it when it comes to like online sales and stuff, but cons is completely fine. I would somewhat kind of like the opportunity to somehow get a copy of it too. But yeah, I believe those are all the mottos that I've already gathered before the stream. I know there's been more questions in, but I would say they came in a little bit late. I'll have Okay, the last one here says, how do you hi Vil, welcome back. You've been missed. The question is, since you cook, how do you feel about paellas? Do you cook them? Do you eat them? Do you have a secret recipe? I've not made a lot of paellas. I was hoping to with some saffron at some point, but I really like paellas. I've had some tasty ones too. Seafood paellas and other different kinds of meats. I will try cooking them sometime because like around that time that I knew more of them, I was a little bit ignorant in the sense of, you know, making rice-based dishes, just like risotto and stuff like that. So I like making fried rice, which is a bit adjacent, but I know that paellas, you do a bit different. So I'll try someday. Try someday for sure. Right, and that concludes our Q&A right on time, I would say, and that is why we play. Where is it? This song, and we say. What do we say, Plumie?
I don't know.
No, you can't say that word yet. We say Hutsu, 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 Hutsu. I hope Hutsu is not a problem with censoring. Like for some reason that word got held sometimes. But yeah, Hutsu, Hutsu, everybody. Thanks so much for dropping by for my Q&A, and thank you so much for submitting the marshmallows. What's the keg doing there? Kegs are everywhere. As they should. So yeah, hoots everybody. Thank you so much for this Q&A stream. Now, stream. Oh, actually, let me move back. I need to add someone else to this, don't I? Nicoka. Sure, let's do that. Like I said, I need to figure out a better plaque situation. You guys are so lovely with all your support. I was not expecting to have all these sugar plumies. Let's see, it's Nico N3KO. Is that okay, Nico? Just N3KO, like you spelled your name? Okay, here we go. Let me just save over that so Nico's name can go into the plaque, and there we go. Thank you, Plumies, but a big thank you to Joy. Thank you very much for thank you very much, Joyus. Thank you very much, Citri. Thank you very much, Miri. Thank you very much, Natsu. Thank you very much, Ciel. Thank you very much, Momo. Thank you very much, Milova. Thank you very much, Burbkai. Thank you very much, Micah. Thank you very much, Nico. Thank you, everybody. These are my sugar plumies. They are sponsors of the channel. They help me make things and make this happen. They help me have steadier footing. Everyone, all your support does, spreading the word, being here, and participating in my art challenges, joining the Discord community. Everything is lovely support. This is the Sugar Plumie tier, which is a tier that puts your name on a gold plaque. And I will continue to find ways to make this pretty for you all to have your names on. And yeah, thank you so much for being my Sugar Plumies. One more sugar plumie to help keep the lights on. Yeah, one more sugar plumie means one less plumie needs to be on the exercise bike to keep the lights on. That is how it works. And suddenly goes like bzz, 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 bzz. It's like, Plumie, get on the exercise bike. Start pedaling. I'm kidding. So yeah, let's wrap things up. Let's wrap things up there. Thank you so much for today. Tomorrow I'm starting my first full week of streaming. Like I said, let's see, we can The plaque is probably just gonna fly in the background when I do this, but let's see what. There we go. This is not completely updated, but the times are correct still. Tomorrow we're gonna do a hand cam. It's gonna be nice and cozy. We're gonna go back to the Lego. I'm gonna go back to the Lego build, the mini Lego build, the cute owl garden. I'm gonna go back to that one. I don't know how many streams we have ahead of that. Maybe 2 more. There's still a couple of steps to do, but we're gonna build some flowers that go in the garden. It's gonna be really pretty. Back to that one tomorrow. Nice and cozy. Actual hand cam to see my hands. And on Wednesday we have a new monthly art challenge. The new monthly art challenge. For this challenge, we're gonna have to face our past. The waiting room is up. And you'll have to wait until then to get more information about that. On Fridays, members only, we're gonna have a nice cozy chatty time and do some jigsaw puzzles where yeah, we just do a cooperative jigsaw puzzle build of art or something that has an image of me. So we're gonna do that. And aside from that, we got it says an art and chat stream, but I noticed yesterday after I made this schedule that Plumies, you guys have been very busy, haven't you? Plumies, you all made a little hashtag called Vilhelm back, or welcoming me back to streaming, yeah. And yeah, you have definitely been cooking, and I would love to go through things and sing everyone the proper praise that they deserve. Now I've already you know, kind of liked and retweeted and used some of the art that is, but there's so much more for me to explore and find and probably ask for so that I get everything that I need to. So we're gonna do a full-on feature stream on Saturday. It's gonna be just like the art challenge features, but it's gonna be for Vilhelm back. And yeah, even the comments I'm gonna find in that hashtag. And I'm gonna find everything that I can find, and we will feature it all on Saturday like an art challenge stream, the feature stream. Sound good? I'm gonna have a look at that. There's so many things. You guys are lovely. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah, me too. So if you didn't have the time, if you were not able to do it for my debut yesterday, you have until Saturday. You have until next Saturday if you wanna, if there's anything you have to wrap up or wanna clean up or do anything. The waiting room, it should have been up. I noticed that it wasn't, so I'll put it up. I have a thumbnail made of it. Thank you all so much. You're so lovely. It's the kind of welcome that just moves me. Oh, it moves me quite a lot. So thank you. But yeah, that is what it's looking like. And once again, thank you all, Sugar Plumies. Do you have any finishing statements you would like to say, Plumie?
Good afternoon, Plumies. Thank you for coming. I had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, that's right. You're not always going to be saying that, are you?
I don't know.
No, I guess we'll see. Ultimately, it's the other Plumies that get to make you talk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all right. But I kind of enjoy having this back and forth with you, Plumie. Do you have fun with it too?
Maybe.
Okay, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. So don't forget to check out the Plumie Discord. Don't forget to check out the Plumie Discord.
We have a Plumie community Discord. Use the invite link that got posted in chat to join.
Me sitting here waiting for Plumie to finish talking is like I'm doing a ventriloquist act. But yeah, there it is. You can join in. It is a Discord for all the Plumies. It is built to be kind of like the this channel. So please take a moment and take a look at the rules of the Discord. Take a moment, take a look at the rules in the video description. It helps keep chat cozy, keeps the server welcoming for anyone that wants to come in there as well. So please have a look-see.
It also takes a load off our Plume mods, so they also can enjoy the stream.
That's very true. The PLUMOD work really hard to keep the PLUMOD, Miri Mage, and Natsudatsu. They work really hard to keep the chats cozy and moderated. So if you take a moment and get acquaintance with the rules, you guys can you help them out as well to be able to enjoy. Hello, Lucy. So yeah, take care, everybody. I'll see you. Thank you so much for today. And I'm looking forward to doing the feature stream on Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at everything you guys did. I've seen so many amazing things. I've been busy today as well prepping for this stream, so I'm gonna be doing some. I'm gonna be looking around and gathering and commenting on everything too. Thank you all so much. Thank you for today as well. Thank you for hearing me out. I hope you liked the answers. Hope it sheds a little bit more light on things. Hutsu. And yeah, for now we say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Stay lovely, Plumies. I'll see you again real soon. Dui da. And hoot afternoon. Hootso.